Today we're in Rockbridge County, and Leslie, where are we?
Specifically Brownsburg.
That's right, we're outside the small little town of Brownsburg, and this video, I guess you could say, it's all about real estate extremes,
like
right?
Extreme wind today.
Yeah, she's gonna blow away. Here, you can borrow my hat. Mine doesn't blow as much.
That's okay.
but anyway, today we're gonna look at 3 different homes here in this historic town, and the first one is a small one. So when we talk about extremes, it's a small one, only 1 bed and 1 bath, and it'd be a great...
It would be a great B&B.
Airbnb, no doubt about it. Now, the second one, that's a really cool home.
Word. Second one, they call it Sleepy Hollow, and it is enormous. Yeah. It is the largest of the 3 we're going to show you today.
Yep, over 4,400 square feet. And then the last one, if that wasn't large enough, we're going to take you to a 145-acre historic farm here that has a creek that runs for a mile through the property, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful place. So, real estate extremes, and the other extreme is we're talking about history. The second house we're going to look at, it's over 250 years old.
It's crazy.
At least part of it is, right?
Revolutionary War.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's a lot of cool stuff in this video here in this small town of Brownsburg. And if you hang around,
they got to hang around
until the end of the video. Yeah, definitely got to hang around to the end of the video. I am going to take you to a place that, well, let's just say that I'm going to take you to meet the Reaper. He's so scary. Hey, but don't be grim.
Oh my.
So you're definitely going to want to find out what that is. But before we show you these houses in this beautiful town, let's go ahead and get started right now. All right, so we have come to the hub of activity here in downtown Brownsburg. It is. This is a quaint little town, as I mentioned, a historic town. And one of the things about it is the Brownsburg Museum right behind us, which started in 2010, opened, and every 3 to 4 years they change their exhibits there. Unfortunately, we can't go in today because it's closed. But it's normally open on Fridays and Saturdays. And we're just a little too early in the season. Once we get into the summertime, it will be open every day on those. But you can call ahead if you want to, and somebody come meet you here, and we just didn't do that. So, but anyway, great little visit. Like I said, great thing. Another great thing about it is that it's free. And free is always a great word. And as a matter of fact, that is one of the homes that is on the National Register of Historic Places. Let's just walk across the street.
There's just a lot of them here.
Yeah, let's just walk across the street here, and we'll go ahead.
Luca's house.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about the town. Like I say, this town was put on the National Register of Historic Places in 1973.
1785.
And it dates all the way back to 1783. And at that time, it was a growing community. There were a couple shoe factories here, and
a tannery.
A tannery was here. Yeah, exactly. And a blacksmith. Yeah, and a few more businesses. And I'll get back to that in a second. But first of all, here's a really neat little place too, Leslie.
Yeah, it's the old Brownsburg store and B&B. So
yeah, and now here's the thing: you can rent the entire store out. Yeah. It has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. And it's got a living room in it, of course, right? And a nice country-style kitchen. There's 3 fireplaces inside. So cool. There's a vintage wine cellar inside of it as well. And there's enough room on the property to do some things out back as well. And then this patio on it, that it's, you know, in the back as well. It's just a really nice patio that you can enjoy time here. So again, that's the old Brownsburg store bed and breakfast, and
it's bustling.
It's bustling. That's right. So, but no, I just, you know what? I'll turn. Sorry, Leslie, I'm gonna leave you out of the picture.
That's
but
all right.
You kind of get an idea here of Main Street. Yeah. In this little historic town here. So I mentioned 1783 was the date. No, why are we walking here? Because our first home, which we also said was going to be another nice bed and breakfast, right up the road, right here, about, I don't know, 70, 80 yards. So let's just walk and talk.
Yeah. So this is the backyard here.
Oh yeah, this is for the bed and breakfast there, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it's got a love sign you can take pictures in front of, and a sweet little gazebo. Yeah. This is really cute and quaint. It is. So a little bit more about the town. So what happened to it? Why didn't it continue to grow? It had a lot of business in it and everything, but I guess you could say it lost its mojo in about 1884, because this used to be a stagecoach stopping place. Right. But in 1884,
about several miles east of here, the railroad came through town. And so a lot of the business shifted over to where the railroad was. And but today we're left with a lot of these structures from the early 1800s, and like here's the post office. How about that for a post office? Little town. And it really is. And so, but like I say, just a really, really neat little place here in the heart of Rockbridge County, or I should say the heart of the northern part of Rockbridge County. And here in the neighborhood, Valley Federal style homes, you'll see a lot of those. Yep, a lot of those. So there's the totem pole they talked about at the bed and breakfast. And so, yeah.
A lot of log cabins.
Yeah, there are log cabins here in the area as well. And a lot of homes built between 1800 and 1860. And of course, there's even homes up to, you know, a good portion built up to like 1910. And that's kind of the home that we're going to look at here in just a second. And, you know, I always think, Leslie, imagine if walls could talk.
Oh man, I've said that so often to my clients. You know, imagine if these walls could tell you their story.
Hi.
Yeah. What would they say? You know, what would we learn? But anyway, so taking a look at these three homes, one of them's coming right up here, and let's go ahead. I'm going to turn around here in just a second. I will take a look at it. All right, Leslie, so we're here at our first home. There it is, that little 1 bedroom and 1 bath. And before Leslie tells you a little bit more about it, let me give you a little bit of information about it. So this home is currently active on the market, listed for $224,900.
Right.
It was built in 1910. It has, as I said before, 1 bedroom and 1 bath. It has 966 square feet of finished living space. That's $233 a square foot. And the nice thing about it is it sits on a little over a half-acre lot, 0.54.
Nice size lot.
Right. So now the thing about it is, when you look at it, you think it's got a metal roof. It's got that old exterior on the outside, the old boards and everything. So what are we getting to on the inside?
But on the inside, it has been completely renovated. So if you are a fan of Knotty Pine, you are going to love this house. That first floor is an open concept. The living room, the kitchen, they all flow really nicely together, flowing back there to that nice covered porch and patio area there in the back of the house as well. The second floor, it is completely that 1 bedroom. So it's all one big space for your bedroom, which is amazing. Also, there are new appliances in this house and a lot of cabinets in that kitchen area as well. So no matter what you're looking at, and oh yeah, it has a dinner bell. So if you want to call the kids in for dinner or the hubby, you've got a dinner bell as well.
Yeah, and the other thing about it is it's got a fantastic covered deck on the rear of the home, and it's got just over a half-acre, like I said. It gives you room to put a garden in or whatever you like to do. And so whether you're looking at this for an investment property or looking at it for, you know, just a home for, you know, a single person to live in or a couple to live in, you know, here in this small, quiet little town, a historical home right here in the little town of Brownsburg. Now, the next home that we're going to take a look at is the biggest one. It's right around the corner down here. And so hang around with us as we walk down there and we'll take a look at it. Well, Leslie,
wow,
the home that you got behind us here, what a historical property. And I'll tell you,
we just came around the corner from the other house we were at too, and I mean, what, it's only a few feet.
Yeah, no, maybe 100 yards or something. So but like I say, if you're looking for a home, well, I'll let Leslie tell you about that in a little bit, but let me give you a little bit of information about this home that's currently for sale here in Brownsburg. It's listed for $649,000. It was built according to the sign, 1761. The listing says 1765. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and 1 half bath. Has 4,445 square feet of living space, and 2,955 of that's above ground. You break it down, a historical house, $146 a square foot, and it sits on a 1.36 acre lot, little creek on the side of it, barns and everything else. And I mean, you're looking for a historical home. I can't talk enough about this one, Leslie. Why don't you tell a little bit more?
So, Stefan, this screams to me, I get calls a lot for multi-generational homes, and where can we find them? Well, this would be set up for an ideal situation. You could live in the main house while fixing up the secondary house for another family member or someone else, or think income producing.
Yeah.
So you live in the main house, or you live even in the secondary house, and you rent out the other one.
Needs to be fixed up, but yeah, definitely.
You know, two ways to look at this property, or just the whole thing is your property.
Well, tell us a little bit about it.
So inside, it has been refurbished in the main house. There is a lot of original architectural design features that you're just going to love. The wood floors, the exposed timbers, which is a really hot thing in architecture right now, is to have those exposed timbers. You've got them in this house. There is on the main level there, you're going to have a kitchen, living room area, a full bath. There's also a half bath, as Stefan said, and then upstairs there's those other bedrooms and another full bath as well.
Yeah, it's got those nice stone walls in.
Oh yeah, and the fireplaces. I forgot
stone fireplaces.
Seven fireplaces.
Yeah, seven fireplaces, and downstairs there's another, like you said, multi-generation. There's another kitchen and dining area down there, and I mean, it's beautiful. It really is, and it's out here in a beautiful setting. As you can see,
historic.
It's nice and quiet out here. And so if you're looking for a historical home, this will be one that you want to take a look at here in this small little town of Brownsburg. All right, so
we have one more.
We got one more. That's the biggest land area wise. So let's go outside of town just a little bit, and let's take a look at our last home. Well, Leslie, we're out here in this beautiful country road. You like it out here in the country?
I do. We're surrounded by cattle and green pastures.
Exactly. And so you look up the road that way, and then you can see the green pasture across the way, which is part of this property as well. And then Leslie plays Ring Around the Rosie with me here.
You're coming back, right?
I am coming back. So there's the other side of the road down there, but I haven't shown you the house yet. So I will whirl around here right now and try not to make you dizzy.
Me dizzy.
I know, right? And here's the house that we talked about. This is the Level Loop Farm, and I'm going to give you a little bit of information about it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So, as I mentioned, it's currently for sale. It's listed for $1,695,000. It was built circa 1819, has 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and 1 half bath. 3,614 square feet of finished living space, and it has, as I mentioned earlier, 145.42 acres. And now this is one of Virginia's historical farms. It's set in a beautiful setting. Hi there. Set in a beautiful setting. And here amongst these pastures, the Hayes Creek runs around or meanders through this property on one side and then on the other and through the back of it as well.
Yep.
And I think it's 145 acres. And then you've got the home itself. And the home is a federal brick manor style home with a lot of different historical and architectural elements about it. And now one of the neat things about this home is that it was originally built by William Houston. Now, who was William Houston?
Oh,
well, the name might sound familiar.
The name might sound familiar.
Because he was a relative of Sam Houston.
Yeah.
That relative, Sam Houston.
Texas Sam Houston.
Texas Sam Houston, right. And Sam Houston, he was a Rockbridge County native here back in the early 1800s. And so now, here's what the Virginia Department of Historic Resources has to say about this home. I'm just going to let Leslie read this so you get an idea of what some of the features are inside this home.
So the house here at Level Loop is noted for its fine regional federal woodwork, particularly an exceptional carved mantel in what is now the dining room. The mantel is a regional interpretation of the Adams style, carved with an almost bizarre gusto, is enriched with patera and thumbnail gouge work, and filfats, which is a German-style pinwheel motif. The restrained federal character of the exterior with its molded brick cornice, a local idiom, illustrates the image of dignitary favored by the Shenandoah Valley's rural elite in the decades following the Revolution. Several 19th century outbuildings remain at the Level Loop property, including a board and batten smokehouse with a really small cupola on top.
Yeah,
really cool.
It is. And like I say, if you're interested in this property, you're interested in historical property out here in the middle of this beautiful area, certainly we'd love to help. But at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that we were going to go see the Reaper. Let's go find out what that is. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the Reaper. So, no, not the Grim Reaper, of course, but the first agricultural Reaper that was created by Cyrus McCormick and used right here in this area for the first time by Cyrus McCormick in 1831. Now, this is a replica of it here. It's not the original one, of course, but there's a lot that you can see here on the farm. And starting with here with the Reaper, which was a game changer for farmers here in the area. This Reaper, even the first one that created, it could harvest as much crops as five men working in the field at one time. Now, later, Cyrus McCormick realized that the bread basket here in the Shenandoah Valley there was a much larger bread basket in the Midwest and in the plains. And so later on, he moved to Chicago, set up a plant there, his operation. It was called the McCormick Harvesting Machine Company. And now, you might still know this company today. No, it doesn't exist as the McCormick Harvesting Company, but it merged with another company in 1902, and it became the International Harvester Company, which today just simply known as International. Right, exactly. So now, Leslie, I mean, this is so really neat here. I mean, you got the Manor House, and tell us a little bit about some of the other places that you can just see when you're here.
Well, my favorite is the grist mill.
Yeah.
So the grist mill is pretty cool. It's got this little babbling brook running around it. It's, of course, not a working wheel. At least today it's not. And it's just a really cool part of Virginia history.
The big large stones where they used to smash down the wheat and the oats
grind
and everything else. Exactly right. And so there's a lot of different historical structures here, including the smokehouse, and the schoolroom, and
the blacksmith shop.
Yeah, the blacksmith shop too, where the first one was actually made.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about walking in history, huh? It is all around us, and it's beautiful here.
Cool.
It's a really neat place. Now, the farm here was donated to the Virginia Tech in 1954, and it now operates as part of the Shenandoah Valley Agricultural Research and Extension Center. That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
And but now, like I say, in addition to the history of here at the McCormick Farm, Virginia Tech also uses the rest of the 620 acres of this farm to educate students and other people in applied research and information on the soil, mineral, and plant components of forage-based livestock operations here. And but I mean, it's just really neat when you think about it. You know, these buildings, obviously they've been remodeled, but I mean, but the history that's here, like we said at the beginning of the video, if walls could talk,
absolutely,
imagine what these could hear. And like I say, just a few miles right down the road here, or really right next door here, the little town of Steele's Tavern is where the Reaper like this was first used. So, well, this has been, like I say, a video all about extremes, sizes of homes, but also historical extremes as well.
Exactly.
I think you enjoyed today, didn't you?
I did enjoy today. I always enjoy it. You know, hanging out with him isn't such a bad thing.
Well, I'm glad she said that. But no, like I say, we've enjoyed sharing this video with you in the little town of Brownsburg. Now we're in Rafine, you know, this area here. Just such a beautiful area and so historical here as well. And maybe you're interested in a historical home like we showed today. Our phone number, our email is all in the description below. We'd be happy to help you. Likewise, you can go on our website and you can take
all spanking new.
All brand spanking new. She's very proud of her website.
VirginiaMountainValleyLiving.com.
There you go. And like I say, there's more information there. There's articles and there's blog articles about the area and real estate in general as well. So if you're interested in a home, whether you're selling a home or purchasing a home, we'd be honored to help. So from here, with the Reaper at our side. Until next time, we'll see you around town.